From Up on Poppy Hill, 2011 Studio Ghibli film directed by Goro Miyazaki. It's another one of those Ghibli slice of life films, such as Whisper of the Heart or Kiki's Delivery Service. The main character in this one is a high school student called Umi. She lives in a rural town on top of a hill overlooking the ocean, very scenic place. At the beginning of the film, she meets a boy from her school named Shun, and as it turns out, he's leading an effort by the student body to save an old clubhouse being used by various student clubs from being demolished by the school authorities. Umi gets herself involved too and soon becomes the leading force behind renovating the building. She reasons that if the students themselves manage to make it look nice and shiny and cared for, there will be no reason to tear it down altogether. And as they work on those renovations, Umi and Shun begin getting closer and closer to one another. So I describe the film as delicate and unhurried, but not necessarily slow. It's not like nothing happens in it, but the things that do happen in an easy way. The film concerns itself with the everyday activities such as shopping and cooking almost as much as it does with the main plot. It really is a slice of life. You feel like you're there observing a couple days in the lives of real people. That evokes a very strong atmosphere of the student days of youth. That atmosphere of being part of a community of like-minded people, like-minded students, or of fighting for something bigger. That youthful idealism and that youthful love as well. I think this is the primary strength of Poppy Hill, capturing that feel of that certain special moment in people's lives without inventing too much unnecessary drama to justify it. For Japanese audiences, especially older people, I think an important plot point will also be the inclusion of the historical aspect. The film takes place in the 1960s, and the shadow of the Korean War is still present in the lives of the protagonists. It doesn't really take center stage at any moment, but it is there, it's felt in the background. The animation style is wonderful, as always, for Studio Ghibli. The one other thing that stood out for me that I really noticed and appreciated was the sound design. It's damn near perfect in terms of including and replicating all the little sounds of everyday life. When characters put vegetables on the table or begin slicing them for dinner, or the sound of flip-flops on the wooden floor, or plastering a wall during renovations. Those are all tiny little details, but they do so much to help with the immersion. As a whole, then, From Up on Poppy Hill is an excellent window into the lives of regular people in a school. And despite being set firmly in Japan, both geographically and culturally, I think it is relatable to just about anyone, anywhere, especially anyone who's ever been a student engaging themselves in some sort of activism.